All right, so today we decided to have a self care relaxation type of day. So we did our daily walk to the BTS to actually go out into the town. Now, we take the BTS a lot, and Sam's going to actually explain to you how it works. So that way, if you are considering taking the BTS when you get out here, you kind of have like a starter guide on how to use it.
So we just got up to the BTS station. There is two ways to get different types of tickets. You could go to the ticket machine and get a one-time ticket, and that will just be for one trip, or you could go to the ticket office and get a rabbit what it's called a rabbit card, which is where you could use that card all the time and just top it off with bot as you are traveling. So now we are trying to find the ticket machine to get our first time ticket to travel to where we are going to get our massage. So, as you see here, we are waiting in line to get to the ticket machine to use our bot. And I am trying to search for the right route on the green line because that is where we are starting from. And I'm using the app Move It to kind of coordinate with what I'm looking at on the screen, which is the BTS route. And now that we are on the BTS and we got through the BTS system, you could see on Move It on how many stops we need to get to where we are going. For our tickets, for our one-way tickets to this location, depending on how far you are going on the line, we ended up paying about 108 baht for both of us.
Oh, yeah. And if you want an in depth guide on how we utilize the BTS system, just like a starter guide, be sure to comment BTS in the comments down below. So that way we know that there's a need to actually make a more in depth video going over this because we actually use the BTS system or BTS station pretty much every single day since we've been in Bangkok, Thailand. So luckily, we didn't have that much to commute and travel to. Um, Only thing we had to worry about is this little kid giving us the evil eye. Well, he was really giving Sam the evil eye for some reason. He started out sweet, but then he started being mean to us, but it's okay. But yeah, so after we got off the Skytrain, then we needed to go downstairs and go around the corner to actually turn in our ticket. Now, as you can see here, that's exactly what we did. And since we only got a one time ticket or a one way ticket at the machine, they actually will take our card. Now, if we have the rabbit card, it won't take our card, obviously, but with the one time ticket, it actually takes our card. And yeah, so that's pretty much how that works. And we take the Sky Drive or the Sky Train because it's a little bit cheaper than taking a Grab. Obviously, we're not doing any solo traveling. So if we were doing solo traveling, like if it was just me or if it was just Sam traveling by herself, then she would have took like the Grab bike because that's a little bit cheaper, right? Or at least from what I heard. Comment down below if you know if it's cheaper to take a Grab bike. So we were on our way to get our first Thai traditional massage. Definitely well needed after traveling 22 hours from the United States to Thailand. So from the BTS, we still had about a 15-minute walk to actually get to the massage parlor. Now, on our way, we definitely had a culture shock moment with seeing all those wires above ground. And in the United States, we don't see that because all of our wires are underneath ground. So this was definitely a little scary for us to see at first, but now we're kind of used to it. But this, again, this is just a culture shock moment that I wanted to put into the video because we just don't see that in America. Now, if you're from Thailand, can you please comment down below why y'all have the wires above ground? Like, is there a specific reason? I'm just curious just to learn more about why that is. Now, after a 15-minute walk, we actually got to the massage place, and it is called Wat Po Thai Traditional Medical School. Um, and it is off of the Succumbent branch. Overall, the customer service was pretty good. We ended up getting the Thai body massage for about 60 minutes for both of us, and our total was around 21 USD dollars, so $14 per person for a whole Thai body massage. We decided to do that for our first Thai massage, and it was overall pretty good experience. They washed our feet before we got a massage. We ended up going to like a secluded area that was on the second floor where they had like dim lighting and like a traditional Thai bed laid out. They had us change into some pajamas, which we couldn't keep at the end, which was okay, but it would have been cool if we were able to keep those pajamas. But overall, the massage was pretty good. Definitely felt really relaxed after it, and they gave us a complimentary tea afterwards. So 10 out of 10 would recommend to go back there again. So after we got our massage, we set out to get our feet and our hands done. And so we used ChatGPT for a recommendation, and we ended up coming across this place called Mary Day Nail Store or Nail Care. And the place was actually pretty good. They had different packaging plans and bundles and things like that. That is the menu. So if you want to pause the video to read through it, you can. We ended up getting the full service. So hands and feet done. Plus, they got rid of the dead skin around our hands and our feet. And we got this seaweed wrap, which costed about, I guess, $50, $60 per person. Was it worth it? Yes, in my opinion, it was. Because I think about it in the States, how much they would have charged us for all that. It would have been 120 per person instead of $60. So the lady did our feet and our nails. It was like four ladies that did it, but they did a good job. Plus, we got complimentary drinks. That's how our feet and our hands looked at the end of it. And yeah, overall, pretty good. So after that, we ended up going to our nearest mall, which was definitely a experience. So we ended up going to this luxury mall called the EmQuartier. Hopefully I'm pronouncing it right, but it's in Bangkok, Thailand. And guys, this was a whole experience. If you're somebody that's watching this and you've never gone to a mall in Bangkok, Thailand, then like it's one of those things you have to kind of be there for, but it's nothing like the malls in America, especially like I went to the Galleria in Houston, Texas, and it has nothing. Like the Galleria mall has nothing on the malls in Bangkok, Thailand. So the M Quartier was the first mall that we ever been to, and just to get it started out, they had a whole market. They had a whole market on the first floor with different vendors selling food, selling crochet items, selling necklaces, all type of things. So that took us about a good 30 minutes to actually go through and walk the whole market. Um, but that was just not even really going into the mall. I think that was actually outside of the mall, but it was still in the area. So a lot of different vendors selling things and pajamas, all type of things, shoes, clothes, food, juices, jewelry, a lot of stuff. So that was a culture shock because in America, I've never seen it to where you have a mall plus a market within the mall. So that was definitely something interesting. Now, there are actually a lot of malls in Bangkok, Thailand. And if you're somebody that's watching this and you know other malls out there that you would recommend us go to, please comment that down below. And we will actually go to those different malls and explore, probably do some comparisons with this mall compared to your recommendation. But we're always open to learning about other malls that's out here. It's just we're obviously here on a tourist visa, so our time is very limited. However, we do understand that there's so many other malls out there to go to, especially in Bangkok, Thailand. Now, this mall was actually pretty huge in comparison to the market, just to give you an idea of how the market looked like from like a bird's eye view. The market was actually pretty small compared to the rest of the mall. Now, again, the market was kind of like in the middle of the mall outside, but all of these different layers are different floors to the mall, and it even went further up. Like, I think for this mall there was about like 15 levels to it. Now, in this video I was only able to get about footage of 6 levels, but still, that's a lot of mall. The mall is definitely malling out here. But I just wanted to show y'all a picture of what the market looked like in comparison to the rest of the mall. So after we left the market, we actually went inside of the EmQuartier Mall. And man, I was not expecting the first floor to have so much stuff going on, from all the different food options to actually having a whole grocery store. Yes, there's actually a grocery store in the mall. And apparently, this is a common thing across other malls too. Now, again, coming from America, that is definitely a culture shock because while we do have food courts, which is probably like one floor, maybe in the Galleria, it's maybe about what, 2 floors, but comparing that to this mall in Thailand, it definitely was a culture shock because we don't have whole grocery stores. Little grocery stores within a mall is crazy. But I like it though. I get why they do that. Definitely easy to spend about 2 to 3 hours there at least, just from eating food, looking at different shopping departments, and going to do different activities in the mall. So this was definitely something that I was not expecting. And honestly, it was refreshing. It actually made me more excited to go to the mall. And I think after our first visit going to the mall, in the time of me recording this voiceover, we've been to the mall about another good 2 to 3 times, just because there's so much to do. It's so alive and vibrant there. And it's just, I don't know, the vibe is just different out here in these Thailand malls. So the first floor had a lot of different food options to choose from. Now, there are some clothing departments on the first floor as well, but from what we mostly saw, we saw a lot of food options. And I think we actually ended up going to this noodle place that we're coming up on here pretty soon. But yeah, they had Michelin restaurants there, fast food options to choose from going to like KFC to McDonald's, things like that. Really something for everybody. And there goes McDonald's doing sawadika, hand gesture, just saying hi. And that is the ramen place that we went to. Now, they do say anytime that there's a menu outside of the restaurant, it's a tourist trap, but we are tourists, so the mall is probably one of the best ways that this one of the ways that I like eating food in Thailand is actually by going to the malls. Um, Now, in my opinion, it is pretty affordable, and the food is. I like to be able to see them make the food and see that they're cooking it fresh. But again, pretty good options to choose from. So as you can see here, we're looking at the menu, and I believe this is the one that we actually ended up eating at. So we went to Ramen Ipadu, which is the menu that we're looking at for here. And I don't mind eating seafood, but I know Sam doesn't really like, she doesn't eat seafood. So she's more of a chicken and beef type of gal. With me, I'm pretty flexible. Only thing I do my best to stay away from is pork. But here we were able to find something for both of us. So we actually ended up eating at this restaurant. Now, as you can see here, all the different food items that they have with the different pricings and things like that. We definitely got a good look at the menu before we decided to go in to make sure that there was stuff that she liked as well as things that I like too. So after that, we ended up actually sitting down and eating at this place. So we were greeted by the host. She set us down. We ended up getting appetizers. So Sam got the spring roll with veggies inside. So it had like mushrooms, onions, celery, I believe, and the rice noodles. Very good. And then I ended up getting some ramen. So I got like the recommended seafood ramen. And guys, it was so good. Like anytime a place says Michelin, I'm a sucker for Michelin restaurants. And one thing I noticed about the Michelin restaurants that I've been to, the dishes are actually pretty simple, but you can taste all of the flavors. So 10 out of 10, definitely recommend. It was refreshing, it was light, wasn't heavy at all. And one thing that I like about Thai culture is they give you the appropriate portions. Like, and that was kind of something that I've noticed, especially coming to America. Our portions in America are a little bit hefty compared to Thailand. Thailand, they give you what you need, okay? It's not gonna overfill your stomach. It's gonna be like the right amount. Even with the drinks, they don't fill up our drink. Like they don't give us these big cups. They give us like medium-sized cups, but it's actually pretty filling. So definitely been learning more portion control since I've been out here. So after we ate our food, we went to go explore the mall even more. And man, it was such an experience. It's really hard to put it into words. So I just put it in a video. But if you're somebody that's watching this and you're considering traveling to Thailand and you can, just do it. To help you better prepare for your trip, we have came up with a Thailand specific checklist. So be sure to check that out in the description down below. That is there for you. Now, as we were walking around the mall, we came across this elevator that showed us what each floor had, like what was the theme of each floor. So for the first floor, that was for the luxury fashion and restaurants and cafe. The second floor had the fashion technology, beauty and restaurant and cafe. And then the third floor was the lifestyle technology, cafe service. And then the fourth floor was more so for healthcare and um, I believe like lifestyle type of vibe there. And then they even had a movie theater in this mall too, which I thought was really cool. They also had a pool, now that I'm thinking about it. We came across this whole floor that was dedicated to children. Yes, they have a whole floor dedicated to kids, which I thought that was actually a pretty smart idea because I remember growing up and going to the malls in America and they will have like a little area for kids. It would not be a whole floor, a whole level dedicated to kids. So they had things like a little gym that was for little kids to go play in, as well as Muay Thai, um, learning centers from mathematics to English to languages, a lot of things that kids can do, to music academy, all type of things. And it was honestly very, I guess, warm hearting to see that, because that just goes to show that Thailand actually cares about their people. They care about their kids and they care about their people. So definitely my hat goes off to them for having a whole floor dedicated to kids. So after we got off that level, we went to the second level. That was, well, from what I saw, they had banks and technology on this level, and they have so many different banks and technology stores on one level. So it did feel a bit overwhelming, and a bit, how can I put it, overstimulating for me at first, just because I'm not used to seeing that type of stuff in America, right? But now when I go to the mall, I'm not that overstimulated because I already know what to expect. But they had a whole lot of technology products, from speakers to laptops to headphones to cameras, tripods, phone cases, you name it, and they got it. So another cool thing was they have bookstores. So back home, I love going to Barnes and Noble, and looking at different books. And they even have a bookstore in Thailand, in the Thailand mall that we went to. So that was definitely very, very cool. We got to see different types of mangas, and they have, surprisingly, they had a lot of different mangas to choose from English to Thai. Now there is a big price difference between the two, so if you go to Thailand and you are wanting to get the English manga, you're going to be paying for US prices, US Canada type of prices. But if you go to Thailand looking for the Thai mangas in Thai language, then you're going to be spending Thai baht, which would be about what, like $2 to $3 for a manga book, versus paying 11, 12, sometimes 13, $14 for a manga in English. So just letting you know that. One thing I noticed about the bookstore in this mall in Thailand was they had different series, but they had like different looks to the book. I don't know if they're spin-offs or what it is, but they definitely looked a little bit different in Thailand. So thought it was pretty cool that they also ceramic wrap their books. They didn't do that with all the books, they did it with some of them, but still think it's pretty cool that they do that. Another thing I noticed is that they sell a lot of their books in bulk. Like, for example, One Piece, they had like volume 1 through 7 in one whole package. So I thought that was pretty cool. Also came across this AI generation bookshelf, which has, it showcases a variety of AI books to choose from, like ChatGPT, how to program your ChatGPT if you're into that type of stuff, prompt engineering, and things like that. I was surprised to see that in a bookstore, because I haven't even seen that in Barnes and Noble back in America. So definitely very, very cool to see like AI TikTok, AI Facebook, how to make ads using AI. So things that I'm interested in, because I'm a marketer and I do understand that we're moving more towards using AI prompting for ads. So I might go back and get that book, or just get it off of Amazon. So after exploring the mall a little bit more, we ended up taking a break, going outside, and we came across this beautiful Starbucks. Man, I've never seen a Starbucks look like that before. It was so pretty, guys. And we just walked around for a little bit outside to take a little bit of a break. I wish I would have been able to get more of the mall in here, but again, I'll probably make another video just specifically about the mall. But there was so many things to look at, and the creative the creativeness of this mall was so beautiful and just mesmerizing to see. Really, like, it's one of those things you have to be there to kind of see what I'm talking about. But yeah, it didn't really set in to me that we were in Bangkok until we stepped outside and looked, kind of got like a look over the city. And that's the moment I realized, oh wow, we actually made it to Bangkok. Because this was a goal that we have been wanting to achieve since the beginning of the year, and we kind of pressed the fast forward button because originally we planned to come out here around next year, October of next year, but we made it around Christmas of 2025. So that was definitely a moment for us, a very proud moment for us to really remind us that we can do anything that we put our mind to, and you can too. So if you're somebody that's watching this, just know that if you want to go to Thailand, then you can actually do it. Again, we left a checklist in the description down below for you to check out that specifically towards going to Thailand. So be sure to grab that and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And see you in the next one.